Hello everyone and welcome to a video that I don't normally do, but I was watching a video from Farmer Klein. It was called What You Should Know About Greenhouses in Farming Simulator 25, and he's gone through and he's had a look at the different greenhouses, how much they produce each month, the difference between the different types, and one thing he mentioned is that he's not going to do the maths, but I am actually interested in the maths, so I am going to do it. So I'm repeating his tests, repeating them in exactly the same way as he is, with a little bit of expansion as well. I think, given the amount of content, there's probably going to be two parts to this video. First thing to note is I have put down all of these different greenhouses. I will show you quickly. So we have got small tarp, medium tarp, large tarp, small glass, medium glass, and large glass. They can both grow the same things. They both also have the same cycles per month, 528 and 528. Then we've also put down a small, medium and large mushroom and a rice sapling greenhouse. As well as that, obviously I've had to fill all of these with water. The only thing they actually require is water. One thing to note actually is the price. Are they here? No, they're here. So the price of the tarp is 9,000 for a small, 13,500 for a glass, 18 for a medium, 27 for a glass, 36 and 54. Basically the glass is 50% more expensive than the tarp version, but it has the same inputs and the same cycles. So that's something to note. In fact, I think it has the same inputs. Large tarp is 40, large glass is 40. Yes, they are the same. So one thing I've noticed is that the price of water is actually changing whether you're on easy, normal or hard economy mode. Interestingly, the price of water actually decreases. In easy, the price is 0.3 per litre. That's dollars, euros, pounds, whatever currency you've got in. Normal is 0.18 per litre and hard is 0.1 per litre. So water is cheaper as you make the game more difficult. That's something I wasn't expecting. So with that in mind, I have also checked whether the cycles per month in the greenhouses changes, and it does not change if you're on normal, easy or hard. Neither does the cost per month. The change in FS25 is instead of a cost per cycle, it now shows the cost per month. So it's $2 for a month, which has 528 cycles in it. So that would be cost per cycle of 2 divided by 528, for example. So it is 9:50. What I am going to do now is I'm going to quickly save the game, and then we're going to go in here and I'm going to turn all of these on. We're just going to run one thing first. So, in fact, I need to turn... No, I don't need to do that. So, I'm going to activate the chilies. We're going to activate the enoki. Activate chilies, chilies, enoki, chilies, chilies, enoki. Did I turn that one on? Yes. Chilies and rice saplings. Now I'm going to run it for a full month. We're on 1 day months. I'll see you in 24 hours. Luckily for us, it is raining, but this is now 1 month, 24 days. So let's go in here and I'm going to deactivate them all just to make sure they don't continue running at all. Now, as I said, a lot of this is complete repeat of what Farmer Klein did. I completely trust what he did. I mean, you can't cheat, you can't change it. But because I want to do some additional testing, I kind of needed to rerun the tests. So if we get over here, slowly, I really miss having easy dev controls. We have got 23 litres inside, plus 1 crate of 24 pieces. Now this, I think, is less than what Farmer Klein actually had, which is interesting. I will need to double check his video, but it seems to be less. Anyway, here 56 litres, 1 full crate of chilies. Here 111 litres and 2 crates. And over here we've got 222 and 4 crates. Basically, as Farmer Klein concluded, medium is double of small, large is double of medium. And that's going to be the same for these as well. We've got 4 crates and 223. It's basically the same as the other. 2 crates and 112. And 1 crate and 56. Exactly the same as the Tarp, give or take 1 litre. Mushrooms, 19 and 1 crate. 39 and 2 crates. And here I'm guessing 78 and 4 crates. 77 and 4 crates. Okay, so let's now have a look at the prices, because part 1 is really going to focus in on this aspect, just growing 1 crop in a greenhouse. So what I'm going to do, we've got chili peppers. I am going to calculate the average, so I'm going to take the lowest and the highest, and I'm going to work out the profit at the average price. And I'm going to do that for all of the things that we've grown. So we've got chilies, we've got enoki, and that's it, isn't it, actually? We've only grown chilies and enoki. So yes, I'm going to do it for that. Then, once I've got the maths worked out, and I understand exactly how it's working, I can then expand that. So I can see, oh, we've got the rice as well, sorry. I can see mushrooms. Enoki would give 204 cycles of 5 times. So that should be 1,016. Sorry, 1,020. And that probably ties up with what we've got here, just about. That is 19 and 1,000 exactly, so it ties up nicely. And if we check the medium mushrooms, it's the same, but it's running 408 cycles instead of 204. So that maths works, which means then we could apply the same maths to the oyster mushroom, sorry, which would be 168 times 3 in a month, and likewise with the medium, 336 times 3. And again, I will take the average price based on what is in here, and I will take this average price. So if we look at chili peppers, for example, it's 729 and 914. If I change to easy, 1215, 1524, and if I change to hard, 405, 508. I'm going to do this for easy, normal, and hard, and I'm going to do it average price for all of the things we can grow based on the maths that we've just shown is working here. I'm going to go away and get that done, and then I'm going to come back with some kind of spreadsheet that shows it. So hold on to your hats. Okay, so this spreadsheet I am going to put on screen now is a lot of data. There's a lot here to digest. We're going to start with the really easy one. That is the rice saplings. So, rice saplings, 48 cycles per month. The output is 24 pieces. Basically, 2 cycles gives you 1 piece. Now, I thought there was maybe a mistake in the way that I was calculating the prices. So I sold one of the rice sapling pallets, which had 24 pieces, just so I could be certain. And it turns out it is correct. So per month on easy mode, you're going to get 195. On normal, 117, and on hard, 65. That's pounds, dollars, euros, whatever currency you've got. That is not much at all. So the ROI on that, because the rice saplings cost 3,000, I believe. Yes, 3,000. So the ROI is going to be 15 months on easy, 26 on normal, so more than a year. No, sorry, 2 years. And on hard, 46. It's almost 4 years to actually make back your 3,000. So I don't think rice saplings are actually worth it for selling. It seems like they're more worth it if you're actually going to grow rice. Then it would make sense to use them. Right, now before we go on to the tarp and glass, I'm going to go to mushrooms. That's because mushrooms, they're fairly simple. You can see here we have got on small 204 and 168 for the cycles, and then for the medium it doubles, and then for the large it doubles again. So that means obviously your output is doubling and your income is doubling as well. So the price difference between small enoki and oyster is only 32. That is not much. It's a whisker of difference. When you go to the medium, it's about 65. And when it goes to the large, it is roughly, what's that, 130. So it's not a large difference between them. So really what that means is, those prices were all for easy, by the way. What that means is that there's really no benefit in whether you grow enoki or oyster. It's entirely your choice. Obviously you're going to get double the currency if you're on medium compared to small, and double again if you're on large compared to medium. It's 7 months on easy for your return on investment to get your money back, 12 months on normal, and 22 or 21 on hard. That's just because of the rounding. It ends up being 1 month difference. But there's not much difference between the two, so really you can grow either one without having any impact. So, tarp and glass. Right. Basically, if you look at the per month, on small, they're all outputting about the same. On medium, pretty much the same as well. And on large, pretty much the same. Chilies have a little bit more, but in general, it's all about the same amount. But that has water use as well. So the water use is a little bit higher on certain crops than it is on others, even though you get the same output. And then in your terms of your income, your chilies and garlic are making about the same. Napa cabbage is the lowest. Then you've got spring onion, strawberries, tomatoes making pretty much the same as well. They're higher than chili, garlic and cabbage, but they're about the same. And then the standout winner there is the lettuce. And obviously that goes through from easy, normal and hard. They all have pretty much the same ratio in terms of you're going to get a lot more currency with growing the Napa cabbage, the lettuce, than anything else. ROI for lettuce for a small greenhouse is 4 months on easy, 6 on normal, and 11 on hard. Now if you compare the 4 months on the easy to the other crops, it's 9, 11, 13, 7, 7. So you get your money back quite quickly. Important thing here, the ROI for the tarp/glass, that is based on tarp. Glass greenhouse costs 50% more, so you have to times those ROI values by 1.5 if you're putting in a glass greenhouse. So for example, lettuce would be 6, Napa cabbage would be 20, would be 19.5, so about 20. So you times everything by 1.5 if you're doing glass. Right. Something a little bit strange is that the cycles on the small, medium and large for the Tarp glass, the cycles don't increase when you go from small to medium or medium to large. What does increase is each cycle uses more water, double the water, and each cycle outputs double the amount. So you get double the water use and double the amount for the same cycles when you go to medium, and then when you go to large, it's doubled again. So they're completely opposite to the mushrooms, where the actual cycles per month increases. So obviously what we can see here is if you're going to grow one single produce in the Tarp or glass, and you're only, and this is important, you're only going to sell it, you're not going to use it for any productions, then clearly lettuce is the way to go. In terms of the income, this question will come up, I'm certain. So this income is based on the average price per year, which, as I said before, is just the min and the max. Of course, if you were to store everything and wait until the highest price, you would get a lot more money. At the same time, if you times that income column by 12, what you will find is that that is roughly what you would get for a total year if you sold everything every month, or you set the greenhouse to selling mode, because some months you're going to sell for less, some months you're going to sell for more. It's going to average out to be about income times 12. That's pretty much it. It's fairly simple. So you could make more money, obviously, by storing everything and just selling it at a high price, or great demand even. But that's not how I'm doing this. If I had to take that into account as well, it just gets very, very complicated. I was trying to think if there was a nice way to kind of show this in a chart, because charts are often easier for people to understand, but there really isn't. But this is all the data that I've collected. This is going to be it for the first episode, because there's going to be a part 2 where I look at what happens when you grow multiple crops in the same greenhouse. And obviously rice saplings are excluded from that because they can only grow one thing. Mushrooms are quite simple because you only grow either enoki, oyster, or enoki and oyster. When it comes to the Tarp glass, it gets a little complicated. You could grow chilies and garlic, chilies, garlic, lettuce. Then you could, keep adding the others. Or you could grow a combination. You could grow a combination of chilies, spring onions, and tomatoes. Or garlic, napa, and spring onion. It gets quite complicated in terms of that. So we're going to look at that in the second part of this, because that's a whole other set of data collection, really. For now, though, that is going to be it. I thank everyone so much for watching, and I'm going to see you very soon with the second part of this video. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you spotted any mistakes in anything, please, yes, definitely let me know so I can update it. But for now, bye-bye.